always negative. I need new
All
friends.
right, guys, from the department of silliness, let's go down a path. And the path is this: Alex Pierre versus Izzy Adesanya. Who do you got? Now, it's an interesting question. Alex Pierre's claim to fame, great story behind him, which is just that he defeated Israel Adesanya in kickboxing, knocked him out. And this is a real sore subject for Izzy, and I get it. I could talk about my fights till I'm blue in the face. You bring up some wrestling matches that nobody saw but that were important to me, that I had dedicated my life to, that I went to wherever for, that I tried to win, you could hurt my feelings pretty fast. I see the anger that this gets him when he talks about that match. I'm on a different side of it, going, Izzy, no one knows who that guy is. No one knows the promotion. No one knows the venue. No one knows how to find that fight. I highly doubt it was televised. You were probably paid somewhere in the neighborhood of $2,000 to do it. And it was a long time ago. Oh, by the way, Izzy, I got to remind you of something. You're the world champion. You're the champion of Earth. What a world champion means? Of all of Earth, nobody could beat this guy. That's what that belt represents. But it bothers him. It bothers him. Fair enough, right? Genius and insanity. It's a fine line. And Izzy sits on the side of genius. He has to find things to motivate him and drive him too. But this is one of them. And if you do look at Adesanya, who's done absolutely everything physically that you can do in the octagon, everything. He's thrown up triangle chokes. He's thrown up Kimuras. Go see the fight just with Kelvin Gastelum in the 4th round. Izzy's done everything except one. Attempt a takedown. I didn't say get a takedown. He has never attempted a takedown. That's very relevant. If you bring in a guy that you're telling me for sure can deal with Adesanya on the feet. For sure, we know that. We have footage, we had a competition. For sure, he could deal with Adesanya on the feet. That's a problem for Izzy. Because Izzy's going to stay on his feet, right? You guys get the math I'm doing here. It's going to be a stand-up fight. Adesanya doesn't plan to change that. He's not going to double-cross the system, not to mention his ego would get in the way, and he wants to do it fisticuffs. Everything just changed. If you were to open up a line today for Alex Pierre versus Izzy Adesanya on DraftKings, I'm telling you guys, it would be even money within the hour. It would be even money for that mathematical deduction. That it's going to be a stand-up fight, and we all know it. Now, the other side of the coin is, why is Izzy even talking about this guy? He will never see him. Not as of today. If Pierre does not get better, and I mean meaningfully better, he will never go through the pack. Sean Strickland would throw that guy down, and he would never get up. And Brunson would do the same, and Vettori and Paulo Costa. If he stays the same, he's not going to. He's going to improve. I'm a believer in Alex Pierre. Just in case my words are getting a little off. No, I mean to compliment him. Right now, he could go with the champion of the world, but only because of that matchup. He could not go through the ringer to get to Izzy. Not with the skills he has now. He is one of the best coaching minds in the sport in John Hackleman. He's one of the great training partners in Glover Teixeira. He's got a confidence and a belief. Him being taken down did not just show us that, a wrestler can go deal with him. No. It was actually the opposite because of the way he dealt with it when he got taken down. The way he fought through it. He walked over to the cage on his knees and he stood up. Guys that need to be leveling the playing field against wrestlers, learn how to use that cage. It's a very good way to get up off of the mat, and it's a very hard way to keep anybody down. If they just crawl over to that wall and there's nowhere to take them. They get right up to their feet. That was a veteran move by him. And if you go back in Adesanya's own career, even his debut, which happened to be against Vettori, it looked like you just take him down and keep him there, and that was the way to beat him. It was 3 fights later. His very next fight could take him down. He was going to get up. After that was Brunson. Couldn't even take him down. So Adesanya showed some major gains quickly. Let's show that same assumption to Alex Pierre. If he makes those gains like Adesanya, he might be able to get through the ringer. Right now, talking about Alex Pierre and Izzy Adesanya said, I'm going to fight him probably in the next 4 fights. That's not going to happen. Not if Pierre doesn't get better. Unless Izzy does the big favor and just gives him the match. And Adesanya does have some power like that. There is nobody in this sport that has called and controlled his own career as well as Adesanya. But it's not going to happen unless Izzy hands it to him. 4 fights from now. No way. No way. That version of Pierre is not going through the Stricklands, not going through the Brunsons, not going through the Cannoniers. He's just not. But he could do very well with the champ, right? If he could get that opportunity, that